Good morning and welcome to episode 262 of Coffee with Mr. Green. You know, some days are better than others, and today is just not one of those days. It has been an absolute struggle from the moment I got up. It's just one thing after another. I lost my keys. There was a traffic jam, just all sorts of things. And I really want to talk about owning the moment and sort of being aware of things going around you so that we don't escalate things and fly off the handle and ruin relationships and sort of show uh, things about our character that we don't want to be true and aren't true. And we need to make sure that we're able to sort of hone in those things. And something I want to share, I found this in the teacher's lounge 2 days ago, and it is a blessing. So it is a workbook, a little journal filled with pages, and it's called The Big Feelings Survival Guide, a creative workbook for mental health by Alyse Ruriani. And so I want to talk about that today because I feel like I need a little help, and it's okay when we have days like this to need a little help. And so it talks about these four domains to help us with our actions, our emotions, and our thoughts, right? And so you can see this right here. It talks about mindfulness, right? Being aware, being mindful. How are we feeling? What are we feeling? Like being able to gauge those things. Emotional regulation, being able to regulate that emotion, being able to get out of that flipped brain, that lizard brain, right? And recognize and get out of that. Distress tolerance. Things happen that cause distress, like a traffic jam in a roundabout, which shouldn't ever happen, but it did this morning, and it was so stressful. And navigating through that and being able to tolerate distress, right? A lot of times we want to just be like, I can't take this anymore. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not doing right. And we react certain ways that don't necessarily help the situation. And eventually we have to walk things back or apologize or do things like that. And then interpersonal effectiveness, right? And so these are things that I really wanted to talk about this morning, because if we have those things in mind and we're aware that those modalities exist, then we can use that self-talk. We can be thoughtful, right? When we're in the car and we got two other people in the car, maybe not using choice language and exploding, because it's not going to help the situation, right? The thing that would help the situation is the guy holding the stop sign, flip it around and let people go to get on work on time. But I wasn't in control. So again, we can control what we can control. So being aware of our emotions, being aware to regulate those things. And the one thing, thoughts, right? We're in control of our actions. We can regulate our emotions, but the way we think and the way we approach situations, really, it's a work in progress. And really, it's a training mindset that we need to really hone in and focus. Am I preparing my mind to be able to be flexible? Am I preparing my mind to be able to react to things in a way that I need to really work on those relationships? Or am I just reacting, right? There's a difference. So, using that Boy Scout or that Kung Fu, Mr. Miyagi sort of preparation, let's go into today thinking about those four things. So again, mindfulness, distress tolerance, emotional regulation, and interpersonal effectiveness. If we keep those four things in mind and we really lock in and focus, okay, what am I feeling? How am I feeling? How's my body feel? How did I respond to this? And being reflective and then moving forward, right? We don't want to overthink everything, because then we're not going to do anything. But framing things in a way that's healthy, productive, planned out, right? We want to plan for things. We want to anticipate positivity, right? And so you are in charge of building your mindset. You are in charge of building the person you want to be. And I just want to leave it there, leave you with those positive thoughts today. And 'tis the season. And as always, like and subscribe, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and let's keep on learning.